There's a level of consistency, a level of discipline that actually makes other people uncomfortable. It's so relentless, it's almost scary. Today, we're going to talk about how to build exactly that.
Think about it. Have you ever known someone like that? That person who just never seems to fail? They get up at the same time, they do the work, they just never stop. While everyone else is falling off the wagon and making excuses, they're still there, day in and day out. How? How do they actually do it?
Well, the secret isn't some new productivity app. It's actually an ancient system from Zen monks in Japan. They call it Gyoji, and the name itself is the clue. It means the practice that perpetuates itself. It's a system designed to run on its own. And once you get how it works, you'll never look at your goals the same way again.
All right, so let's get into it. To understand the solution, we first have to understand the real problem. And it all comes down to the kind of promises we make to ourselves.
So let's meet this guy, Raphael. He's a programmer, super smart, great career, but when it came to personal habits, total disaster. He'd start the gym, last maybe 2 months. He'd try meditation, and that would last a week. He'd buy a book, read like 3 pages, and then it would just collect dust. Does any of this sound familiar? He was completely stuck in this loop.
And this right here, this was his week. Every single week. Monday, he's fired up, full of motivation. But by Wednesday, that's when the little voice starts whispering in his head, The mental negotiation begins. Maybe I'll skip today. By Friday, it's over. Complete surrender. And then Sunday night, he's full of promises about how next week will be different. He was fighting a battle he could never win because he was fighting the wrong enemy. See, the enemy wasn't his lack of willpower. It was something much deeper, something those monks figured out centuries ago. It's called the reversible commitment problem. Your brain basically puts every commitment you make in two of two boxes. The first is reversible. These are the commitments based on trying. I'll try to go to the gym. These always turn into a mental negotiation, and that just leads to excuses and failure. But then there's the other box, irreversible. These aren't based on trying, they're based on being. They change who you are. The action just happens. There's no debate. And if you want proof, look no further than this. For over 800 years, since the year 1200, a bell rings at the Eihai-ji temple every single morning at 3:30 a.m. And every single morning, the monks get up. It's not a choice. For them, the question, should I sleep in today? It literally does not exist in their mind. It's an irreversible part of reality.
So the big question is, how did Raphael make that leap? How did he get from a reversible commitment to an irreversible one? Well, that's when he discovered the Gyoji system.
And it's actually pretty simple. It's built on 3 pillars, and each one is designed to surgically remove that negotiation from your brain. First, the public declaration, which creates external pressure. Second, non-negotiable hours, to kill the variable of time. And third, the one-way practice, to kill the variable of choice. Okay, let's break down that first one, making your vow public. When you do this, you're hijacking a really primitive part of your brain. To our ancestors, right, getting kicked out of the tribe was a death sentence. Public failure, losing social status. Your brain still sees that as a threat to your survival. So Raphael, he stopped making these little private promises to himself. Instead, he made a public vow. He posted it online for everyone to see. And look at the wording. I am a person who meditates. He's not saying I will try, he's declaring a new identity. Suddenly, the pain of quitting in front of everyone became way worse than the pain of just doing the work. Next up, pillar number 2, non-negotiable hours. He picked 5 a.m. Now, this is key. He didn't pick it because it's the magical, most productive hour. No, he picked it for one reason, elimination. At 5 a.m., the world is quiet. There are no messages, no emails, no, can you just? The time was locked in. The debate over when to do it was over before it could even start. And finally, pillar number 3, the one-way practice. You have to understand variety is the enemy of consistency. So Raphael locked it all down. 20 push-ups, 10 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of reading. Same stuff, same order, same time, every single day. And the research backs this up. After about 66 days of doing the exact same thing in the exact same context, your brain literally rewires itself. The behavior becomes automatic. You're not deciding to do it anymore. You're just doing it. Okay, but what about when life happens, right? What happens when you get sick or you have to travel? This is the moment where almost everyone fails.
but it's also where the deepest lesson of Gyoji comes into play.
The single biggest threat to your consistency is this one simple mental trap, the all or nothing lie. It's that voice that says, well, I can't do my perfect workout today, so I might as well do nothing. This thinking creates gaps in your practice, and those gaps are the cracks where your old, inconsistent self crawls right back in.
I want you to think of your practice like a river. A river doesn't need to be a raging flood every day to be a river. During a drought, it might shrink to just a tiny trickle, but it never, ever stops flowing. The second it stops completely, well, it's not a river anymore, is it? It's just a dry bed. Your practice needs continuity, not perfection. And this is what that actually looks like. When Raphael got the flu, he still practiced. Maybe it was just one push-up and 1 minute of meditation, but he did it. He had a travel day, he did push-ups in a tiny airport bathroom, meditated in the back of an Uber, read his pages on the plane. None of this was ideal, none of it was perfect, but all of it kept the river flowing.
So here's the trick, and this is so important. You have to pre-solve your problems. You know life is going to throw curveballs at you. So instead of trying to make a decision when you're stressed and tired, you decide ahead of time. When it's raining, I'll do push-ups in the garage. If the boss keeps me late, I practice the second I walk in the door. No thinking, no negotiating, just execution. So, after a few weeks of this relentless, imperfect practice, something started to shift. Raphael was changing, and, well, the people around him started to notice. This is the final and maybe the most surprising stage, the uncomfortable transformation. His friends started making comments. You're becoming obsessive. This isn't normal. Someone even told him straight up, your consistency is scary. And here's the secret. When you start hearing things like this, that's when you know it's working. Your discipline becomes a mirror, and it makes other people uncomfortable because it reflects their own excuses back at them. And that's really the whole point, isn't it? Normal people get normal results. If you want something extraordinary, you can't be afraid of being not normal. You're not aiming for normal, you're aiming to be unbreakable. Because in the end, the real goal of Grojoji isn't to build a habit, it's to forge a new identity. It's about getting to a point where you can't even imagine doing it any other way. You stop being the person who tries to meditate, and you just become a meditator. You simply are. So the real question for you isn't about finding more willpower, it's about transformation. A system like this requires a death and a rebirth. It's the death of that inconsistent person you've been, and the birth of someone who is truly unbreakable. So, are you ready for that?